The following video contains 3 chilling and unnerving pieces of footage caught on camera that will send shivers down your spine and will even make you question the true nature of reality. Number 1. Freeze Dave Ram, the name of a YouTube account like any other, one that someone would use in a personal way to purely enjoy videos. But it is only when you get on the channel that you see that this account isn't like any other. Posted on the 11th of December 2009, Dave openly claims in the title of his video that he caught paranormal activity on tape. In the description of his video, he claims and reassures that the video is 100% real, and judging by the fact that this is the only video he posted on his channel, it makes it something to be considered. But I'll let you come to your own conclusions. As Dave sat at his keyboard, lost in the melody of his practice, a chill ran down his spine as he heard something eerie coming from his living room. Initially, he thought it might have been an intruder sneaking into his home to steal something valuable, but that was not the case. Concerned by the noise, he set down the keyboard, and with his phone still filming, he headed toward where the sound was coming from. Immediately when he stepped out of his room, dread swept through him as he laid eyes on what seemed to be a lamp holder, dangling on its own just ahead of him, as though someone had touched it. And in the shadows, there seemed to be something dark standing in the corner of the room, its form obscured by the poor resolution of the camera. As he moves to stop the dangling object, he hears another strange noise. This time it seemed to be coming from inside his room. The noise didn't seem like it was caused by a falling object, but rather his keyboard being played.
Hello?
Dave became very nervous and slowly walked toward the room to investigate. As he turned on the light, it was met with a horrifying sight. His previously orderly room was now in shambles, with his stuff scattered all over the place. He could vividly remember that nothing was on the floor when he first left the room, and neither were the lights turned off. He became even more terrified by this strange event, as he had no clue what was happening or what might be causing it. Not long after Dave starts to pick up his stuff, he hears another strange and eerie noise coming from outside his room. This sudden sound made him feel very uneasy and on edge, so much so that he could hardly breathe. In the final moments of the video, a series of events occurred that confirms the presence of something daunting and terrifying in his apartment. The young man decided once again to check out what was making this strange sound. He slowly walked toward it, his hands shaking and his breathing increasing with each step, until he found his TV in the living room, turned on at the loudest volume, sitting in the dark. He began to breathe frantically as he approached the television, when suddenly he heard something behind him. But when he turned around, he found nothing. Dave then turns on the light to get a better view of his surroundings. Notice the interference and how a strange voice seems to be coming out from the TV. It is evident that events like this often depict the presence of something strange and mysterious, and this causes him to be even more nervous, as it is very noticeable from how his hands tremble. Dave then shakily picks up the remote and turns off the TV. Just then, he is startled by a loud bang coming from the door, followed by an ominous noise that fills the house, causing him to scream for help and run away. Now the question we all ask ourselves is, what could have caused such bizarre interferences in Dave's home? By how things looked? Whatever was generating those paranormal occurrences were undoubtedly there to stay. Number 2. Doorbell cameras, a consumer device in the 21st century, have gained widespread popularity as a form of surveillance. These devices have proven to be effective in preventing crimes and capturing crucial evidence on video. Over the years, strange and terrifying events that would have never been witnessed have also been documented because of these devices. This narrative is about a video recorded by a doorbell camera that was so scary, it sent ripples of fear around the world, spreading like wildfire and leaving everyone who viewed it terrified and in utter disbelief.
Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? What? Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure? I just have a couple questions for you.
One evening, on the 21st of July, a doorbell camera captured a seemingly 40-year-old man knocking and peering inside a home. In this video, the man can be seen peeking through the door and heard repeatedly asking, "Are you sure? Are you positive?" He rings the doorbell and continues knocking on the door, all while asking the same questions over and over again, as if speaking to someone inside.
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure? I just have a couple questions for you.
This unsettling and awkward behavior continued for a while, but no one answered. He tried opening the door one last time, to no avail, before he got tired and started to leave. Just then, a male's voice is heard from inside saying, "Who are you?" Without any hesitation, the man walks back toward the front door to explain himself. But no one expected what he said next.
Sure.
So, who are you?
What?
Yeah? Are you sure?
Who are you?
Hey, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about the TV show. Yeah, can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm going to rape her and kill her. Can you have her open the door? I'm going to rape and kill the girl that's on the other side of this door when she lets me in. I want to rape her and kill her because I have a knife and a gun.
The disturbing old man said he was looking for the woman who lived there, but his attitude and gaze were anything but reassuring. He made ominous claims, such as how he would forcibly enter the home, rape her, and kill her. Who was this man? And why was this lady in particular his target? Luckily, none of this happened, as the door remained shut. He is seen walking away, repeating the same questions over and over again.
What?
It is known that inside the house there was a woman, the current owner of the house, who was stunned by such behavior and didn't know what to do. The voice we hear over the comm is the woman's husband, who was communicating with a man from his work when he was notified by his camera application of movement at the front door. Eventually, the police were called. Unfortunately, they found no traces of the man anywhere. Number 3. This particular footage was captured in the Japanese forest called Aokigahara, a forest found deep within the foothills of Mount Fuji on the island of Honshu in Japan. A beautiful green and lively forest at first sight that doesn't have too much fauna due to its lack of diversity in trees and plants. Despite giving the impression that calmness and serenity are the main sentiments one would experience in such a place, this forest is known for something utterly different and sad. Though at first sight, the normal and peaceful Aokigahara forest, found within the borders of Japan, is known to be a place for people to commit suicide. The following video was uploaded to the internet by a user without a name or description, which made it all the more unsettling. Several means were taken in an attempt to contact the sender, but nothing was ever heard from him. On this occasion, a man from Japan documents an eerie encounter with something out of the ordinary while he explored this dreadful forest at late hours in the night. Within the video, we hear a young guy roaming about this dark and terrifying place. His intentions are unknown as why he chose to embark on this adventure at such an ungodly hour. As he stops to observe his surroundings, this happened. Just up ahead, he sees a tiny branch move in an awkward and scary way. If we look closely, the branch suddenly moves, as if someone is grabbing it. Panting and gasping for air, he flees the scene, his heart racing with terror as he tries to figure out the unexplainable movement of the branch. But as he delves deeper into the heart of the forest, his camera captured something truly grotesque and sinister, something that defies explanation. Did you see it? Notice what seems to be two figures traveling, in an unearthly manner, through the woods just ahead of him. Their movements were in sync, almost as if they were people. Shocked and terrified at this sight, the man trembled in fear, turned around, and took to his heels. Though the official numbers of how many people actually die in this forest every year is kept a secret by the government, to avoid any type of sightseeing, or to keep spreading the idea to more people. It's said that at least 50 people commit suicide in this forest every year. Were those just the souls of people who decided to take their lives away from this world? We will never know,